Delhi NCR resident Mayuk Molik was following family tradition when he first bought gold 6 years ago. But it wasn't quite the same as what his mother and grandmother would buy. The 28-year-old used a new way to buy gold that he hoped would save him time and money.
Traditionally, our parents were investing in physical gold, but there is always, challenges with deciding the purity of the gold, the credibility of the seller. The biggest challenge is, first of all, the how to keep your physical gold or jewelry, for that matter, safe. Because you can't keep it safe all the time at house. You have to go to a bank and then take a locker. For that, it comes with additional charges.
Instead, Mayuk bought digital gold.
What caught my attention the most is I saw that the minimum amount even could be at 10 rupees that you want to invest, or you can go higher. So that gives the flexibility and confidence to any first time buyer, or when you are experimenting in anything, testing the waters.
This low barrier to entry is one reason why many young Indians are buying digital gold. It's a way to buy gold without having to physically hold it.
Digital gold is as similar as physical gold, but it is in a digital format. There are multiple apps these days where you can go and buy these digital gold on very easy to buy, and it is 24 karat.
Therefore, it feels a little different because people have traditionally in India got used to buying gold in a physical format. The difference that it creates is that you don't have to worry about a few things like purity of the gold. You don't have to worry about safety or theft of that gold. You can do different quantities if you want to. So essentially, it's very much like physical gold, except that it's not physical.
Digital gold is backed up by physical gold that is held in a vault.
So we have a live buy and sell price. So at any point in time, you buy gold, you can also sell it and get the money immediately. You could have it delivered to your doorstep in the form of coins or bars, or you could walk into one of our partner jewelers, of which we have several, and you could exchange it for jewelry.
SafeGold is a digital provider and a major player in the market with over 55 million customers. It says it's seeing a surge in interest from young professionals like Mayo.
For them, this is a very easy way to start. It removes the inertia of having to decide which product and also having to commit to a large amount at any point in time, at the start of the month or otherwise. And for them, it's more about the idea that they're saving 40, 50 bucks every day, just as a matter of course, without really working towards any specific product type.
But there is a trade-off to this so-called sachetization, or the repacking of products into smaller units. These smaller units may be more accessible and affordable, but they aren't always cheaper.
So one of the things around gold prices is that there is no standard price that everyone uses. And many of these processes of sachetization have basically meant that there are other costs which are inbuilt. What is visible to you clearly is the GST, which is the 3% that gets charged to you. But you will find that typically, like in any other process, the smaller you make something and the lower quantity you have, the costs don't get distributed across a larger base. And therefore, one of the things you may want to keep in mind is that digital gold may not be the cheapest way for you to end up buying gold. And the conveniences that it offers to you are partly set off against the fact that you might pay a slightly higher price as compared to what you would have paid in other cases.
Digital gold can also be hard to scale up. That applies both to quantity and time period.
It's trying to essentially target smaller value investors. It's not really trying to get large value gold which is coming in. What ends up happening with digital gold as a result of that is that typically if you're trying to invest large amounts of money, then digital gold is not the place to go to. Digital gold has got created more for shorter term requirements rather than very long term usages. And therefore, our suggestion whenever people looking at digital gold is to think about it maybe from a 3-5 year perspective, not much beyond that.
And perhaps the biggest red flag that investors should consider is that the digital gold sector is not regulated.
While most of the providers will have some mechanism for you to write into, you will find that it's not easy to deal with those hours or days before which you get a solution. And in case that solution is not satisfactory, where you're not getting a clear answer, the challenge that you face as an investor is that you don't have a mechanism to go up to someone else and make this happen.
Despite such risks, a recent survey showed that 75% of Indians under the age of 35 prefer digital gold over physical gold.
It is almost 300 years iska age. My mummy gave to me, and now I will give to your wife and your brother's wife.
Mayuk was able to capitalize on the rising price of gold and eventually sold off his digital gold stash for a healthy profit. Digital gold now makes up almost 10% of his portfolio, and he continues to buy it regularly.
As an active investor, I'm always very curious to see the trends in different form of investments and everything, and I'm also actively investing in stocks, crypto, mutual funds and different sort of investments. For me, when I decide to go and buy gold is, I have observed that whenever the stock market, the equity market is going up, the gold prices usually goes down. So that's the time when I go and buy more amount. I invest heavy amount of gold. And when the stock market is not performing that good, the gold prices goes up. So at that point in time, if I decide that I need a portion of that, my invested gold, I just go and sell at a time when the market is down because the gold prices are high.